What's up, guys? So today we're here to talk about nutrition and what you really need to know to be successful. One of the things I hear most from my guys who have completed the challenge, who've been very successful at completing the challenge, how much nutrition really plays a role in their weight loss, their fat loss, and their muscle gain. They tell me that they knew, but they really didn't know it at the same time of how much that nutrition would be a factor in what they did. So throughout the challenge, number one, you're going to build nutrition as a skill set. And number two is you're going to focus on it daily. Actually several times per day. Nutrition is most important for several reasons. For the energy in and energy out equation, most people I see are already working out and are pretty close to the recommended amount of exercise per week, right? So they've got that energy out equation really covered. They've got all the low-hanging fruit there, right? So most people I see, they're already working out and they're pretty close to the recommended amount of exercise per week. They also live pretty active lives. So essentially they've picked all the low-hanging fruit there. The energy out equation is kind of close to being maxed out. Not all the way, but close. Adding more muscle from working out more, from working out harder, does increase your BMR. If you don't know what BMR is the amount of calories your body will burn daily. So in 24 hours, if you did nothing, right? And that's largely based on body size, but also muscle mass. So getting that high, is really good. But a lot of times you're already pretty close to that high end. The low-hanging fruit's already taken there. Not to say there won't be increases in those things, right, with more training, but it's really like a long-term investment and it's mostly already there. Training time, how intensely you're training, how often you're training does add up over time, but it's an investment. It takes a long time to pay dividends. So you got to wait on that. You can only do so much working out in a week. So you can only do, so much energy out in a week. You only have a finite amount of time to work out. And also for your body to recover from those workouts. So you can only do so much to burn more calories in a week. If you're like most of my guys, your time is also very valuable. So why would you choose to spend more of it on something with a low ROI, right? You get low returns compared to the energy inside of the equation. If you focus on that nutrition, I promise your ROI is way higher. One of the other reasons that focusing on the energy inside equation is so powerful is that your body is very smart. If you start burning way more calories in your training, your body senses this and it's going to do something about it. It's going to pull back on other things. It's going to conserve energy, right? Our bodies are real smart. It's going to do this in a couple of different ways. Number one, it's going to decrease your caloric expenditure in other places. It's going to reduce your work capacity in the gym. Okay, it's going to reduce your brain activity. So when you're working, doing other things, it's going to slow you down a little bit. You may not even notice it. It's going to reduce your immune activity, and it's also going to reduce your ability to recover from your training. So your training is going to get worse without you really even knowing it. So really going back to that, focusing on nutrition is super, super important, not the energy out equation. So with that being said, it's even lower yield for your time. What I usually see when guys increase their activity way too much, way too fast is another thing. It's an increased feeling of deserving to eat. I see it in many of my guys. I see it in myself, Oh, I worked out really hard. I did all this. I deserve that. So yeah, they just worked off what they ate extra, but their high value time they just spent on nothing, it becomes a waste, right? So yes, the focus on the nutrition piece is the most important when it comes to weight loss and losing fat and gaining muscle. So what does nutrition even mean? Is it a diet? How do you focus on nutrition? What works best in the real world? So within the challenge, you'll be focusing on nutrition every day. We need to have you thinking about what you're putting in your body as much as possible. What you're using for fuel, right? Your focus needs to be on the small steps you take daily that lead you to your goal, right? Just like your pipeline and leading you to a sales target, right? What are you doing daily that's going to lead to those sales? So within the challenge, you get weekly coaching that recaps the previous week and preps you for the next. So when it comes to your nutrition, I rarely tell my guys what to do. I rarely tell them, hey, you should do this diet. I rarely tell them that they should do X. I make it your choice, right? I will provide you with the expertise and guidance of that choice. I will provide you opportunities and hey, maybe you should go with this or maybe you should go with that. But ultimately, it's up to you, right? You are responsible for deciding what you want to do and to achieve your goals. The way I structure the challenge is that throughout, you're going to have assignments and things to do throughout the week. And you're going to have to pick something, right? You're responsible for picking something new that you either take away or add to your nutrition routine. It's something that you can accomplish that gets you closer to your goals and something that you'll continue to do throughout the challenge. So as you're going along, you're adding. And as you get better, you add some more. And by the end of the competition, it's compounded. You get these exponential gains out of it. But one thing that's great about the weekly group coaching calls is that it also gives you insight to what the other challenges are doing and similar struggles that the guys are having. You get to hear common questions regarding nutrition, and everyone gets to share what choices they have made. It's really quite motivating. You're going to be sharing within the community the things that you're doing, the choices you're making, and the changes you're making. So other guys get to see it, and you get to see what the other guys are doing. Every single week, you're going to get nutrition training videos helping guide you on what nutrition is and how you can make changes that get you closer to your goals. Not only do you get the videos, but you have great reference materials that are all selected in that first week that help you guide you on your food choices, portion sizing, protein. You also get a grading rubric. This is what an A+ player looks like. This is what someone that's going to lose 20 to 30 pounds is doing, the action steps of what they're doing every day, what they're doing every week. So when it comes to nutrition, there's some quick recommendations that I will always make. Now, these are blanket statements that I feel I can give without really qualification, right? This isn't perfect, but it's something that generally I can always say to somebody. This is what I go through with pretty much anyone I've ever seen from a nutrition standpoint. Number one, you need to get close to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. 2, more variety, right? We want to have a lot of variety in our diet, a great micronutrient profile and kind of a good macronutrient profile with that. Number 3, a vegetable with every meal. Also, number 4, I'd say you need to shoot for 2 fruits per day. Number 5, I would say, is less high density foods. High density foods are something that has a high calorie per small portion, low sugar, right? Candy, cake, ice cream, dessert, those are all going to be high caloric density foods, and you're going to want to eat a lot of them, right? They're tasty. Our body likes that. So really keeping those to a minimum. Honestly, I can tell you that if you did all of these things, you'd have a pretty hard time not being successful. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Most people have found this information very helpful, and they've seen success when they make these small changes with their nutrition. If you have specific questions, please follow me on social media and shoot me a message. I'm always happy to help.